went out on a very special occasion with her husband, and she felt the need to use the bathroom. She found a clean bathroom and hurriedly went in to use it. Suddenly, she started hearing shouts from the background and wondered where it was coming from. Immediately she finished easing herself, she found herself in the middle of the crowd. Once upon a time, in a distant land, there lived a certain maiden called Uju. Uju was a very beautiful and smart girl who lived with her mother and siblings, as her father passed away 2 years ago. Uju was a very bright girl in school and would always emerge at the top in her class. Uju's mother was really finding it difficult to fend for her kids and to also send them to school, as it was only proceeds from her farm work that she uses in feeding and sending them to school. Uju would wake up very early in the morning to go to the farm to help her mother with farm work, and would from there go to school. Her other siblings had to drop out of school because their mother could not afford to send all of them to school at the same time. Hence, only Uju kept going to school because she was a scholarship student. And so all her mother needed to do was to ensure that Uju ate before she left for school each day. Her mother would constantly remind her that she is the first child and so should take her studies seriously, as the hope of the family for survival rests heavily upon her. This made Uju work extremely hard to ensure she takes good care of her family. When she finished with her secondary school, it was no surprise that she aced her results and even got a scholarship, but to a certain percentage. She told her mom of this development and she replied that there is no money to train her. Besides, how will she give her money for textbook and so on? She suggested Uju gets married to a wealthy man who would train her and also help their family. Uju was a bit upset with her mom because marriage was very far from her mind, as what she wanted was to better herself and take care of her family. Everything went on as usual till one day a man came to ask for Uju's hand in marriage. Uju clearly stated she wasn't interested in marriage, and what she was interested in was going to school and becoming a better person so she could take care of her mom and siblings. That she can't let marriage tie her down. The young man in question, Chidi, who wanted to marry her, was really interested in her, knowing that he too was an illiterate and needed a literate as a wife, so his children would have a brighter future, agreed to send Uju to school on the condition that as soon as she is through with school, he will marry her. Uju asked him for some time to think about it. Her mother told her that what Chidi is offering her is very good, that at least she will now focus on school and can then get married after her education. That most men who make these promises insist on the term that they must be married to the lady first before they train them in school, but later on go on and break their promise. That she should count herself very lucky that this offer does not come so easily, and she told her to make good use of this opportunity. She later got back with a reply to Chidi, telling him that she accepts his proposal. She started with the preparatory plans and left for schooling. Chidi kept to his promise of funding her education and ensured she went through with school, where she finished with first-class honors. On the day she graduated from school, she celebrated with her family because it was a big occasion of joy. Chidi also celebrated her, and he was so happy she had finished with her schooling. He then asked when his people can come for the marital rites. She replied saying he should give her some time so she can at least secure a job. and be settled before they settle down. He then replied saying that wasn't the agreement. She then assured him that she will still marry him, that she just needs some time to settle and at least make some money to take care of her family, that they will eventually get married. Some months passed and Uju got a very good high-paying job, and true to her dreams, changed her family's situation. Their joy in the family knew no bounds. Even Chidi had already started making preparations to come pay Uju's bride price. One day, Uju came home to visit her mom with a man and introduced him as her fiancé. Her mother was shocked and said, "What do you mean your fiancé? What about Chidi?" She told her mom that they would discuss that later. Uju's mother went ahead and entertained the visitor with some refreshment and some questions. Afterwards, Uju escorted the fiancé out to his vehicle. But as soon as she stepped back into the living room, her mother queried her and asked what her plan was. She told her mother to relax, that everything will be fine, and went inside. On the day Chidi and his people were to come for the marital rites, Uju was called out, and Chidi looked at her a bit confused as she wasn't dressed for the occasion, but Chidi had lots of smile on his face. And when she was asked if she accepted Chidi as her husband, she said no, that she isn't interested in the marriage, and asked them to leave and never come back. She went back inside immediately, and Chidi was left so heartbroken. The occasion ended with sadness, as this wasn't the agreement. Chidi tried on several occasions to see Uju, to reason with her, but she wasn't interested. Her mother talked to her and told her that this isn't the agreement, but she told her mother that she can't be linked with an illiterate, and rather told her that her fiancé will be coming to pay her bride price the following week. The following week, Uju got married to her husband and moved into her husband's house. Some months passed. Uju went out on a very special occasion with her husband, and she felt the need to use the bathroom. She found a clean bathroom and hurriedly went in to use it. Suddenly, she started hearing shouts from the background and wondered where it was coming from. Immediately she finished easing herself, she found herself in the middle of the crowd with her messed up body, which made her to let out an embarrassing scream. Her husband, who had seen all this, was so ashamed of her and wondered why his wife will humiliate him in this way. They went home, and amidst her crying and being confused about what happened, her husband started yelling at her and left the house. He could not stand the mockery, and so he sent her packing back to her mother's house. After she narrated what happened to her mother, she said it's all right, that it's well. After a year had passed, another suitor came for her hand in marriage. Not long after, they tied the knot, and the same thing that happened in her first marriage happened again. Her new husband was a bit disappointed in her and decided not to let her go out with him to anywhere. Uju would cry and pray to her Chi that what has she done to deserve such. She slept off crying one day and saw Chidi in her dream, and he kept asking her why she broke his heart. She got up from the dream, and a spirit pushed her to go search for Chidi and apologize to him. She set off the next morning in search of Chidi and met Chidi's sister, who was so angry with her that because of her, that her brother sold down to their last land to ensure he sent her to school. And this is how she repays him back. She then met Chidi, who asked what she was doing in his compound. She said she came to ask for his forgiveness, that she knows she has wronged him. He told her that he won't forgive her, that she is yet to experience more suffering in her marriage. that it's like she thinks the oath they swore to each other years back was ordinary and ordered her to leave his compound. She left and informed her husband about what transpired between them. He then said that they will leave for the village at once. When they got there, they met Chidi, and Uju's husband also pleaded with him to please forgive them, that anything he wants, they will give to him. Chidi was still adamant and refused to budge. Uju then said, "All right, I will marry you, if that will make you happy." Chidi talked to himself for a while and then said that he wasn't interested anymore, that what he wants now is money to pick up his life. Uju's husband agreed to give him any amount he needs to pick his life up. This was done, and Chidi and Uju performed the ritual again, and the curse was broken, and she was freed from the curse. She went about her life without any issue whatsoever again. The end. I would love you all to share your comments about the lessons you learned from this story. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Please click on the subscribe button to support us. Turn on the post notification to get notified when I upload a new story. Like, share, and comment your thoughts. Till then, bye.